Despite the current pandemic, smartwatch shipments grew by 12% this year so far. And as you would expect, some companies ship more than others. When Withings introduced the ScanWatch at CES earlier this year, it really got our attention. Amongst medical grade ECG, blood oxygen level, it can also detect sleep apnea, and all of this has been clinically validated. And the sleep apnea part is really the most intriguing part to us. You see, when you sleep, you're kind of in your most vulnerable state of the day or night, shall I say. And having a device that can do all of this needs to be looked at. After all, our health is something money can't buy.
Don't you know you're not alone? Won't you come into my life, into my life? Don't you know you're not alone? Won't you come into my life?
First things first, we are part of an early adopter program for Withings, and we paid full price for the watch. We paid €299 over here, and it's the 42mm version in black. The software installed is really kind of a pre-production software as of today, but it works incredibly well so far. So what comes in the box? Let's roll it. Okay, you got me. Not everything you see in the picture will come with a normal standard order of a ScanWatch. I did order an additional band that also comes with a tool to adjust the band itself. It has 20mm size-wise, so you basically can customize as you wish. Do you know the feeling when something just works? This is exactly the feeling I had when I was setting up a ScanWatch with my phone. You do have to download the HealthMate app from your App Store or Google Play Store in order to get this going. But the setup was super simple, and what I particularly liked was the tutorials you had at the beginning. It showed you how to take the ECG properly, to do all the stuff, to turn on your notification. I would almost call it kind of a non-invasive, super simple setup. Less is more. As for the design, it is really like a normal looking watch, right? When you look at it, it has the stainless steel body, a sapphire crystal glass here, and yes, it has real analog hands. There is one small difference though. It has a small OLED screen here on top where you can see your important notification like your heart rate or your medical grade ECG outcome, and yes, the digital crown is here to navigate you around. In order to have so many features in just one device, Withings claims to have really state-of-the-art medical technology sensors built in. It is a combined heart rate and SpO2 sensors with 3 electrodes. Let's have a quick look at the menu system. You can use your digital crown to navigate up and down. Number 1 is heart rate, day and night, overnight heart rate, proactive AFib, and will alert you for low or high heart rate conditions. ECG, medical grade, we said at the beginning, on your wrist or on your phone. We have a look at that shortly. In fact, we will look at all the features shortly. Oximeter, that's the one I particularly enjoy. Medical grade oxygen saturation level, it will show in your app what the level is. Activity, you can either do this manually or it will automatically track walk, run, swim, biking, and connected GPS, continues the heart rate and so on. Sleep tracking, of course, and that is a big one here because it has the breathing disturbance and the sleep apnea detection and so on. It also water resistant to 50 meters. Smartphone notifications, basically it will show you when somebody texted or whatever notifications you have set up, and all of this is really customizable. When it comes to taking an ECG, you simply put your fingers on the frame, as you can see here in the picture, and you have 2 ways of doing that. One is a standalone feature like right on the watch, and the other one is basically using your app, and then you can see a bit of a bigger diagram when you do that. Both works really well. I had no complaints so far. As for the blood oxygen level, it is a standalone feature, pretty similar to the ECG, and you guys, you know, a blood oxygen level is kind of an indicator of how well the body distributes oxygen from lungs to the cells, and that can be a really important factor of anybody's health. This leads me to the most intriguing feature, the sleep apnea detection, which is still medical validation pending. It needs approval still, but I was able to do oxygen saturation measurements overnight. It does it automatically, and that's pretty cool, but it can't alert me of an episode just yet. And the watch itself has embedded light sensors, so the ScanWatch interprets a changing blood color within your vessels to determine the oxygen saturation level in real time, and I can't wait for it to come out properly because I think it's a pretty killer feature. Looking at the application HealthMate itself, it is really simple. You have a dashboard, you have very simple things but very effective. You can see your steps, sleep, breathing disturbance. I had a few every single night, which I'm happy about it. My oxygen saturation is spot on, and my heart rate basically all fine. But I really like the layout, and everything is just so simple. I know I repeat myself, but it simply is simple. At the end of this video, I will simply list all the features that are available as of today for the Withings ScanWatch. I will also list all the features that are still gonna come for the ScanWatch. Here is what I like about the ScanWatch so far. Look, life has gotten so complicated these days that when something so simple yet effective comes along, I really start to appreciate this. And data is the new currency, there's no doubt about that, but I think by just looking at data alone, it can do more harm than good. Take sleep tracking, for example. It has never worked for me on any smartwatch, and I think simply that is, quite frankly, it is overrated, the sleep tracking, because if you can't sleep, you can't sleep, and it's something that you have to fix and you have to figure it out. But having a device that can warn you of potential issues while sleeping is something I can really endorse. And once the software is in full production mode, we will really test it in depth, as you know we do with all the devices. So if you want more of that, if you want a full review of the Withings ScanWatch, make sure you like and subscribe. And thank you for watching as always. Jens here from Also Space, and simply see you next time. Peace out.
Don't you know